Salute to all the diehards. This is Diehard Giants Live, and I am your host. I am Jarrell on IG and Twitter. You know how we do. Every time we start the show, I got the kids cheering and stuff like that, but I know we don't feel like that. I missed last week with the Eagles after a great win. I'm mad I couldn't really talk my stuff the way I wanted to talk last week, but this week we're going to be a little somber. I got Steph and Ajay in the background. Let me bring him in. Hold on 1 second.
Hey.
Steph, Ajay.
Yeah.
Welcome, Ajay.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
Is this your first
Pleasure
time?
to be here. This is my first time on the show.
Oh, okay.
This is his first time. Salute to Dwayne and Wonder Woman. They always in the chat. They family here. They here every week. Dwayne already said it's the worst Giants game I've watched in my 45 years of watching the Giants. I actually think it was the Deshaun Jackson game when he ran that punt return, but that was good because that was going to the playoffs. Like, we had to win that game. This was worse than that when it comes to stats wise. Like, they scored 33 points on us in the fourth quarter alone. Like, after shutting them out for 3 quarters. We'll talk about that though. Wonder Woman, what up? What up? What up? I'm still not over how we lost that game. Absolutely. Complete choke job. That's what the Giants have been doing. I already tell you guys every week. Teams that usually lose find ways to lose. It really boils down to that, and we'll get into the stats real quick. Well, how y'all doing? Like, did y'all watch the game every second of it? Was you like, rah in the first 3 quarters? But how did your face look when the fourth quarter started and they started scoring?
Listen, Jarrell, shout out to you, shout out to Queen, to Steph. Man, listen, I knew this game was in the bag. I'm like, listen, oh, look at that. We are giving it to the Broncos. I'm like, Jackson Dart, go. We got one. And everything fell apart, man, in that fourth quarter. Starting with that interception that he threw in. That was on third down or fourth down?
Third.
That was on third down, right? So
trying to ice it.
Yeah. So I think that made it hurt more that it was just on third down, and you still had another, you had a chance to punt it and do something else with it. But I don't want to go too deep into it, but that's Tibbs level loss, collapse right there for the coach. Okay, I think it's like 1 in maybe 1,600 and something times that. This is a historical. It's very hard to lose a game when you're going in the fourth quarter, to allow that many points in the fourth quarter. That's why it never happens in the NFL. These guys are professional ball players. It's very hard to lose that game. That's why it hasn't happened in more than 1,600 tries. But we found a way to do it. So it was painful. I think that's the season right there. Whatever little ray of hope there was gone with that 1 point lost a couple of days ago. So,
and when you say ray of hope, I was telling Jarrell before we started, I was sitting there just a little bit thinking about a possible wild card. Like, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh man, we're gonna be 3-4. It's possible. It's possible. We 8-8. This is the Broncos. Look how we playing. They confident, the defense, and as I don't even know why I even allowed myself to go there. Because it just started to unravel. And I said, look at this right here. And it wasn't anything we can do to stop it. It seemed like. And then when he missed it was the extra point, right?
Extra point, yeah.
I said, why did they come back and
No, but why did they come back? It's crazy because, like, the team fought so hard to get that touchdown, to get up there,
Thanks.
Whatever, man.
We'll definitely talk about that. I'll get to the stats real quick. I'm probably not the defensive stats because defensive stats. I'm starting not to go over those because when it comes to defensive stats, they don't really tell how the player actually played. Drew Carter has a lot to do with that. Like I kind of figured, you know, after watching him as much as I watch him since he is our first round pick, how much he actually does pressure the quarterback without actually getting any type of tackles or
Mhm.
sack anything. Like he still hasn't had a sack, but he like coming into this week, I believe Abdul Carter led the league in pressures
Oh wow.
from a rookie. So he's already one of the best edge rushers in the game. He just has to, finish and get sacks. All of our sacks have been going to Brian Burns, who's been playing at an all pro level. But let me get, yeah, Giants lost by 1.33 to 32 to the Denver Broncos in Colorado. A lot of people want to use excuses like, with the air up there and how our defense played in the fourth quarter. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think we was just gassed just because our offense was getting off the field so fast.
Right.
But I'll get into a little bit of the stats and we'll talk about that fourth quarter because that's what we really need to talk about. Um, Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart, stat wise, when it comes to the passing yards in the air, this was by far his best game. There was a lot of luck involved, especially with that Theo Johnson touchdown bouncing off of the hands of Mondale Robinson. It was actually a good throw by Dart, but I don't know if the sun was in Robinson's eyes, whatever. But it literally popped right off of him into Theo Johnson's hands, and everybody thought it was a long touchdown, and everybody loved it. And as soon as when stuff happened like that to us, it's almost like a miracle. Stuff like that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like at least not lately. Not this.
But Gerald, that's what that's what I was like. Oh, we winning this game. Like we don't get
Right.
these bounce. They don't go our way. These bounces
Never.
never go our way.
Never go out right, especially when the ball bounced right for them before that when their first touchdown came,
Hmm.
um, popped up in the air and somebody caught it. It's almost the same thing, but it was just a obvious longer pass. But it's almost like tit for tat when it came to luck and stuff like that. But Jackson Dart almost threw for 300 yards, three touchdowns, one INT in the end of the game, like we mentioned before. Cam Scatterboo. Wasn't really impressive, but I think people need to realize that Denver, I believe, has the best defense in the league. I forgot who ranks one. They are ranked two, but I really think, like, regardless of the stats and stuff, they have the best defense. They have the number one corner who won Defensive Player of the Year last year, and Patrick Surtain. They lead the league in sacks. They have pass rushers, good linebackers, good defensive backs. I believe, have the best defense in the league, and our rookie quarterback scored 32 points on them.
Facts.
So with that alone, looking for the future, obviously I don't really believe in moral victories. Like we lost this game, it was a terrible loss. But in hindsight, might look back at this game and this might be not Jackson Dart's coming out party because that was a couple games ago against Philly, but statistically, he played better in this game than he did in Philly. And he did it with his arm because, as you can see, Jackson Dart only had 11 rushing yards. Like before that, he was getting like 50 to 60, 70 yards on the ground, and he didn't use his legs. Mostly due to, I believe he hurt his ankle. I think that was the second quarter when he limped off. I don't know if you guys realized that or saw that. Like he got kind of clipped up in the backfield. He was limping off. I think that was in the second
That
quarter.
was in the second quarter, but he came right back though. He didn't.
Yeah. But I thought he was going to be out the way that he actually,
Yeah.
he didn't even jog off like he gingerly, and that's not like him. Y'all know how tough he is. Wandale Robinson, the thing about this offense, we scored 32 points with a rookie quarterback, and only one wide receiver caught a ball. I've never seen anything like that in my life. It was a weird experience. Like this offense is very, very difficult to watch, man. Wandale Robinson, he had a great game. Daniel Bellinger had that long touchdown. That's why his numbers are a little inflated, almost 100 yards at
Mhm.
30 a clip. You know that's not like Daniel Bellinger. He'll usually have games like that. And Theo Johnson, most of that 66 yards. I think the touchdown that he had was like 35. So that should already tell you the type of offense of weapons that we have around Jackson Dart. And I think he's playing way above that. Like me and Steph was talking before the show. I think Jackson Dart is playing out of his mind compared to where we thought he was going to be at this stage of his
Right.
career. Like he's 22 years old. He was picked in the bottom of the first round. He's not like he wasn't like a lottery pick or know top 10 pick. We picked Abdul Carter.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, like he's playing the best rookie. He's the best rookie quarterback in the league right now with all the rookies that got drafted. So only thing with this coaching staff and the GM might ruin him, and we'll talk about that a little a little later too.
Right.
I could get into anything about the offense that you guys like. Jackson Dart. I know we don't have a lot of weapons, so it's kind of hard to gauge how he could actually throw the ball to wide receivers. But how you got to like the offense?
Dart, dart, dart. I mean,
Right,
just imagine where we would be if what's his name again? The wide
Neighbors,
receiver,
neighbors.
neighbors. Yep.
If neighbor,
neighbors.
yeah.
Hmm.
Neighbors didn't go down. He can throw it. He can run it. He's smart. Um, thank goodness for Scatterbull.
Oh, yes.
Helping him out. Um, I'm impressed with him too. So yeah, I mean, those are the two that I watch. I watch through and say, look at Dart, look at Scatterbull,
Because
look
you
at
got because like I said, I mean, who else would you be watching?
yeah.
Like when we're on the like, don't get me wrong, because we was actually scoring points, but if it
Mhm.
wasn't for Jackson Dart, can you guys imagine what this game would have looked like if Russell Wilson was playing quarterback?
Mhm.
Like I think we would have got killed. I don't think Russ has it anymore, and I actually think he should be relegated to our third spot. And I think Jameis will be better at the backing up Dart, but I like Russ' leadership at least. Ajay, you got any notes about the offense?
Oh, I
What
mean
you saw?
the offense. Obviously, when you look at the score, actually, when you watch the game and you look at the score, you're like, okay, so they did. uh, I mean, we had wonderful offense, like you said, man. Broncos defense is pretty good, but
Hmm.
then we came in here and then scored 32 points on them. Yeah, a couple of lucky bounces, but also a couple of great plays.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's listen, Dart man, he's a rookie. Was that his third game or something like that?
Yep.
So listen, we got a good one, man. He right now he shows to be fearless. Like he's not worried about what's coming at him. You know what I'm saying? So if the offensive line do their job, man, you give this kid 2 more seconds, man. I mean, he's gonna be on point most of the time. I think. You know,
Right.
so listen, the offense was great. The offense was great, and I don't, Jarrell, and I don't want to skip ahead to the defense. So we'll talk about the defense because when you get to that,
Okay.
but the offense it was good. Nothing to complain about. I mean, 32 points, you should be able to win the game.
Right. I think the only thing I want to mention is just how our wide receivers were still struggling. But like I said before, I do think that they have the best defense in the league. They, like I said earlier, they lead the league in sacks. They have the best cornerback in the game. Yeah, Jalen Hyatt, Bo Collins, and Lil Jordan Humphrey, they not gonna cut it. Like I don't see
Oh,
them.
I thought that's his real name. I said he called him Lil Jordan.
Oh no, yeah, that's his. And the crazy part is like he tall too. He like 6'4", and
Wow.
his name is Lil Jordan Humphrey. He used to actually play for the Broncos. Uh, but yeah, like they not gonna cut it. It's gonna be tough sledding. I know we scored a lot of points, but we can't expect our rookie quarterback to just be a wizard every game.
Right.
Something gonna have to happen. I don't really think that we're gonna trade for a wide receiver. Um, because once we lost this game, I don't think we're going to the playoffs. And I really think trading for a wide receiver at being 2-5. Like, what are we doing? If we trade for Waddle, they're gonna want, like, there's rumors about Jalen Waddle. Like, I can't give up a second round pick. We already don't have a third round pick because we used it to move up to get Jackson Dart last year.
Mhm.
So there's no way that we can have like no second or third round pick for a team that's gonna might squeak out like 5 or 6 wins throughout the season. That's being generous because we only have two now, and I don't know if you guys saw our schedule. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, every team that we face for the next 9 games, I think, are like playoff teams.
Wow.
So uh, we'll look at the schedule at the end of the show. But yeah, is really crazy.
But let me ask you this, Jarrell.
Sure.
Does Shane have the last say on personnel moves? Because I feel like at this point, he might have to get the move signed off by somebody else. Because I feel like at this point, it might be about him saving his job, right?
Yep.
Maybe Dable going into him, to the office. Listen, we need a wide receiver. Maybe Dable putting pressure on him, and then the question about whether is he going to do what's best for the organization or what's best for him.
Right. Um. Well, the ultimate say so will always go to the owner, right?
Okay.
But for the most part, all of these moves,
right now.
yeah, all of you're right. That is true. But the right hand man after that, I do believe, John Mara's like son-in-law works in the front office. I forgot his name,
Okay.
and I think he might be like vice president of player personnel or some like that. You know how they
Mhm.
regardless of the title, you know,
Mhm.
your man's is the owner, so you're gonna have some type of say so. But ultimately, yeah, this is a team that Joe Shane built, and going forward, I do believe it's like sink or swim. Like, do he make a move to cripple this team going into the future? Is what my concern is. Just like you said, Steph. Like, I wouldn't, like, if I'm an owner, there's no way in hell I can sign off on getting a wide receiver with a second round pick right now. If we get somebody like Jacoby Myers from the Raiders, might cost us like a fifth or a fourth.
Mhm.
But I don't know if I want to do that on a team that's only going to win like 4 or 5 games throughout the season.
Right.
Like, why am I giving up any type of draft capital at all? At all? The only thing, to combat that way of thinking, how can you put your rookie quarterback out there with Bo Collins, Jason, Jalen Hyatt, and little Jordan Humphrey as his wide receivers?
Mhm.
Outside wide receivers, of course. Like, I don't even count Wan'Dale Robinson because obviously he is a wide receiver, but I kind of count him like I don't know, like a scat back coming out of the backfield. He played running back in college. He usually stays close to the line of scrimmage. You don't see him go deep that often. So I kind of view him as like a third down back, even though he's not a running back, obviously. But I don't view him as an outside wide receiver that's going to stretch the field going downfield. Those are the three dudes that I named, and all of them, neither one of them should be starting on anybody's NFL football team.
Mm.
Not even as second or like these. All three of these dudes should be on somebody's practice squad. They wouldn't get no burn nowhere else. Not even Jalen Hyatt. We picked him in the third round. 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So that was a wasted pick for us. So like, offensive wise, like, I know we scored a lot of points on the best defense in the league, but going forward, you should not expect this every week. Like, I can't expect Jackson Dart to just make magic on the field every week, and I don't trust this coaching staff at all. At all. Now, going to defense, I said I wasn't going to do like the stats. Like, y'all see the tackles. Like, Andrew Phillips had 9 tackles. He had a terrible game. Like, he had two pass interference calls. He missed a couple assignments that I saw. Like, he did not have a good game. Paulson Adebo, it said he has 4 tackles, but he got hurt like in the third quarter. And Deontay Banks, our first round pick from few years ago,
Mhm.
he's almost unplayable at this point. The only reason he got on the field, I believe, is because Paulson Adebo got hurt. And to me, I just ultimately think he's just a bad football player. He's just athletic, and they really don't like him, but they play him because we really don't have anybody else. It's almost like a saving face type of thing. We picked him in the first round. Like he almost has to play. We got to pay him soon. And if we give him a second contract, I would be absolutely shocked. Dane Belton, he came in for a hurt. Who got hurt? Hold on. Javon. Who's the other safety? The safety that we just signed. Now his name is escaping me. He got hurt too. Number 8. I'll think of his name later, but he got hurt. So Dane Belton came in. He played. He played okay. 10 tackles. Our linebackers didn't really do much. They was kind of non-existent until that. Nobody is visible on defense until people start scoring. So all of them look bad in the fourth quarter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody looked like all stars in the first 3 quarters, but nobody was scoring. But when the offense put up 33 points on you, regardless of that interception that Jackson Dart threw, yeah, your defense is terrible. Nobody felt good after they walked off that field. I don't care how many quarters they had them scoreless. Like 33 points in the fourth quarter is absolutely ridiculous. And Abdul Carter was pretty much non-existent, except for like pressuring Bo Nix to get out the pocket a little bit. But other than that, Brian Burns got 2 sacks. He leads the league. Dexter Lawrence was pretty much non-existent because they didn't run the ball that much anyway in the second half because they was down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the defense was tough sledding. It was like a coaching issue. So I don't know if you guys have anything about especially you, Steph, because Ajay kind of talked about the defense. You got anything on the defense?
I thought they did well up until the fourth quarter. I was like, wow. Well, I thought they did well up until the fourth quarter.
Couldn't stop a nosebleed in the fourth quarter. It was the first time I think I got crazy stats for everybody. I just wish I should have. I didn't feel like making.
It's basically like in the fourth quarter, everything went just sideways, man. The safeties and the cornerbacks. It's like, it's. I know it's tough playing these positions. It's almost like you need 2 sets of eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got to pick what you look at. But then, I mean, Jesus, I mean, these guys, I don't know, man. It's like they fell asleep in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
The 2 cornerbacks and the safety, like it's like almost when you pass the tackle, and the linebackers weren't bad, but once you went beyond that, it was wide open, man. It was open field. Like anybody do whatever they want.
Let me tell you how bad it was. We scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And still lost. How is that even possible?
Yeah, we allowed 33 points.
We scored. It's not like, you know how games be. Like in any sport, like one half could be completely different to the second half, right? In the fourth quarter, we scored twice. And to be honest, that last drive that we did, Jackson Dart played terrible that last drive. He almost threw 2 picks. That defensive pass interference that got us to the 2-yard line, that was bullshit. That was not pass interference. I think they gave us that call, which I'm happy that they did. I didn't view that as pass interference at all. I don't know what the rest was looking at. It wasn't pass interference to me, but I'm a Giants fan, so we got it.
Mm-hmm.
So he almost threw 2 interceptions. One of them, I think the 2 defenders collided. And another one just popped in somebody's hands and it just went out. Like he almost threw 2 interceptions that drive. But yeah, like to be up 14 and to give up 33 and still lose the game is absolutely insane. Stuff like that doesn't happen. And just like special teams wise, the kicker that we got, it's crazy that we're still talking about kickers and how much they're a problem. He got cut today. I don't know if y'all know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gone. Yeah. They had to cut him. There's no way in hell he was gonna ever kick for this football team again. I'd have wrote a petition or something. There's no way. It was the first time in NFL history that a kicker missed 2 extra points and the team lost by 1. So it was like a real big deal today. He missed those 2.
Sure.
It was the first time in NFL history. Like we're making history being
The
sorry.
wrong way.
Well, today's what, Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
That game on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They waited too long before they got rid of him. They should
Yep.
have left him in Denver.
Yep. He lucky we a classy organization. I left his ass right there at the airport.
At the airport.
Yeah, I took him to
At
the
the
airport.
stadium.
No, I
Nah,
took him
man.
to the
Nah,
airport.
man. They Uber your ass over there.
I'd at least took him to the airport.
You're
Yeah,
not getting. You're not getting on team bus.
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't been no first class ticket back to Eduardo. He would have had to.
He would have
Yeah.
still been on the bus. He might not have been back by now.
Yep. Greyhound. Put him on the Greyhound, man. But I don't know. You got. It's almost like you got to burn that tape. I don't. It's nothing to. What do you take from that? Like I don't do the moral victories. I know Jackson Dart played well, but he gagged it in the end of the game with the interception, and he's a rookie, so I don't blame him.
Right.
But this coaching staff, the way this coaching staff has been coaching this game, uh, on offense, we kind of scared until the end of the game. We was playing scared the whole second half until the end of the game when they tried to put the game on the kid's shoulders, and that's why he threw the interception. We should have just ran the ball and tried to run the clock out 3 straight times. On defense, playing scared again, didn't learn from the Dallas game, rushing 3 players, backing up 8, and they still get the long reception. In that on that play, I looked. Dexter Lawrence wasn't on the field, and Abdul Carter wasn't on the field.
Wow.
So our defensive coordinator or our coaches in general had backups on the pivotal play of the game before they kicked that field goal. So I think everything is in shambles, man. I think Brian Dable ultimately is going to be let go. My main thing is we need to let Joe Shane go too. But, that's going to be the real question. Because I already think Brian Dable is gone. I don't think it's no coming back from this. I don't care how good Jackson Dart end up being at the end of the season. He's the head coach of the New York Giants, not the Jackson Darts.
Right.
Like you gotta pay attention to everything. Right. You gotta pay attention to detail.
Yeah.
He's not putting the team in position to win. Let me ask you guys this, right? So the kicker, he missed the first that first point, right? So now the coach tried to make it up by going for 2 the next touchdown, right? What do you think of that move? Would you have been conservative and just go for 1, or go for the field goal, or like
I don't know. Personally, I probably would have went for 2. But technically, you're really not supposed to go for 2 unless you need to go for 2. That's usually the adage. That's usually like coaching philosophy. Like if you want to play by the book, just like punting on 4th down, you're never supposed to go for it on any type of circumstance on 4th down. If you want to go by like coaching rule books, you're not supposed to try to get a 2-point conversion unless you absolutely need it. So at that point, as we were already up, 13-0. So we really didn't need to do it. That's almost like playing scared too, because you think they're going to come back on you. So ultimately, I probably would have did it, but in hindsight, you probably should have just kicked another extra point.
Be conservative, right? Just get that extra point.
Right. But, the kicker missed 2 of them. So, like, it's almost like you can't even answer the question correctly, because if you have a shit kicker back there that can't kick the extra point, you should probably go for 2. You'll probably have to go for 2 every time. And that's what we have been doing on these games that we haven't had a good kicker. Yeah. Like it happens often for some reason with us.
Isn't that the kicker that was cut by somebody else and we picked him up?
No, I don't think he was cut by anybody. I think he was from one, he was an international player, like Euro League. I think he played for Rutgers and lost his job at Rutgers. But for some reason, he still made it to the NFL and was, going to practice squad. But I don't think he was ever on officially a team until he came to us. He beat out Koo that got from the Falcons, I think. Like he was the kicker from the Falcons. He was missing some kicks, and they cut him.
Oh, I
So
thought we picked him up.
yeah, we picked both of them up at the same time.
Oh, we did.
Um, and and the dude that won the kicking competition is the dude that missed all those kicks. So I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, man. I don't know if Koo has a real problem or is he hurt or something like that. But it seemed like he should have beat out this dude. So I don't know what we're going to do going forward. But we cut him today.
Where's our kicker? Cano.
He hurt and he need to be at home and stay at home. Like I don't want to see him anymore. Like it's over. Like you can't be hurt and a kicker and you hurt multiple times in multiple seasons and you get hurt like in warm-ups. So you never have a backup kicker unless it's the punter or somebody that could kick field goals. There's no backup kicker on your football team, on your roster. So that's the second time he got hurt in warm-ups in two seasons in a row. And we lost both games during those times. So yeah, he's gone. Like I think he shouldn't have been on the team in the first place. We should have cut him last year.
Yeah.
Because he's like in his like late 30s. I think it's just time for him to go.
Yeah, he's pretty old.
Yo, salute to Kareem. Kareem came through.
Salute, Kareem.
Salute Delusional. Delusional came through.
Oh,
Salute.
Delusional.
Delusional. You a Giants fan, right? I gotta get you on here too. I gotta get Kareem on here too. Kareem be on the camera. Talk about these Giants, man. I know y'all want to curse Brian Dable out.
Nah, you want to curse him out a couple of weeks ago. This week, you want to beat him up.
Right?
It's,
And Joe Shane, I think I have more problem with Joe Shane than Brian Dable. I think at this point, Brian Dable is just grasping at straws and just trying not to get fired. He up there running into the tent when what's his name got they looking at him for a concussion. He ran into the tent. We got fined for that. You can't do stuff like that. You're the head coach of the NFL.
head coach, what are you doing?
Can't do that. You can't even do that as an assistant coach. Nobody's supposed to be back there. You ain't no doctor. What you looking at?
Yeah.
He said he want to know, will he be available because like fourth down was coming and he need to take a timeout and stuff like that. That's a terrible excuse. Like he's being evaluated.
Who went back?
Oh, Jackson Dart. Last week you missed it. Jackson Dart got hit, right? So they evaluated him for a concussion. You go into the blue tent. Brian Dable takes his headset off and goes back there to check to see what's going on.
He leaves the game.
He left the game, Steph. While Russell Wilson was out there warming up between plays, he went into the tent to see what was up with Jackson. You can't do that. And we got fined for that too. I don't know what the fine was, but I don't know if the Giants fined him or the NFL fined him, but he definitely got fined for that. Like we probably did it just because we knew the NFL was going to do it anyway. You cannot do that in the NFL. Like it doesn't matter what the time is. Like if somebody gets evaluated for a concussion, you need to keep coaching the game. Like someone like next man up, bring your next dude in.
But he all into dark.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like he's grasping the straw. Like you care this much about that one player. I know he cares that much about that one player because that one player is going to save his job.
Right.
Like he wants Jackson Dart to play so well that at the end of the season, they're obviously going to come to Jackson Dart and say what they think about him.
Right.
Yeah, so that's going to be his man at the end of the year. Like I think that's what it really is because at the end of this year, Brian Dable needs to be gone. Like it's no way that we can keep him.
Out of here. Jackson Dog gonna be somebody, another coach, man, not him.
You know, in the last 40 games, last 41 games, we're 11-30. Now, when we go like weeks and weeks and talk about this stuff, like the weeks when you look at it in hindsight, Steph, you started this show with me when I first started this show. Is when they got hired.
Right.
This is the fourth year,
Mm-hmm.
and we still look like this. So when you in hindsight, when you gather all that information, like there's no way in hell they could keep their job. It makes no sense. Like you hate to call for somebody's job, but I've seen coaches and GMs get fired for way less than what's been going on with the Giants. So I don't get it.
Right.
But it's kind of like our MO. We kind of hold on to stuff too long. We held out to Eli too long. Some people say we held on to Tom Coughlin too long. Some people say we held, we kicked him out when we shouldn't have,
Mhm.
depending on who you're talking to. But we kind of have like I don't know, the classic, we a classic, classy organization that
Mhm.
wants to give everybody, their shot. We like Daniel Jones was our starting quarterback for 6 years.
Wow.
Like it takes that long for them to cut ties with somebody. And ultimately, I think, they got to lose their job. This is
Yeah.
Jackson Dart can't save them. Can't. Hold on. Delusional said Bowen is my problem, the defensive coordinator. Yeah, but I kind of think, yeah, I don't think he's a good defensive coordinator, but it's still on Brian Dable. Like if Brian Dable wanted to bring pressure on that last play and not drop back 8, the defense like that's what it would have been. Like that even if the defensive coordinator wanted to not have pressure, if you're the head coach, you can veto all that shit. You can leapfrog him. You don't have to talk to the defensive coordinator at all. You tell your defense what you want them to do.
Right.
If you're a good head coach,
Right.
soft zone coverage costs this game. Same issue with same exact issue as the Dallas game. But I can even see with Dallas because Dallas has like the number one offense in the league. You're going up against Dak Prescott. We got 33 points scored on us by Bo Nix, who is a middle of the road quarterback. And like, don't get me wrong, he's in his second year, and it's not like he's some vet that's been to the playoff multiple times and stuff like that either. But yeah, he's early in his journey when it comes to quarterbacking too. There's no way in hell our defense should have gave up 33 points to Denver. They haven't been scoring like that to anybody else
In one quarter. You
in one
forget that.
quarter,
One quarter.
not the game, not a game, one quarter.
Yeah. You see what Wonder Woman said?
He looked thirsty going. He saw his job go in that tent. That's what it is. It's like one of his kids went in that tent. Well, what's going on? Like, yeah, go coach the game, man. And then when Russell Wilson did go in there, I think Jalen Hyatt ran the wrong route. So the ball was just in the dirt in the middle of the field. And they just brought Jackson Dart back out there because he didn't have a concussion. So on that one play that Brian Dable did leave, look what happened to the play. Your wide receiver ran the wrong route. The wide receiver that you picked in the third round that can't get a ball to save his life. That's another story. I don't got nothing else, man, except for we could talk about the Eagles. We play the Eagles again, second time in 3 weeks. Right now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the last 2 weeks, our offense has skyrocketed up the charts. We were like 28th before the Eagles game and didn't have a show last week. But before the Eagles game, we were like 28th or 27th. I forgot. We're 18th now.
Mm.
So that means the last 2 weeks have we've been, moving the ball like one of the best in the league. If we jumped all those teams that fast. Our defense is still. I mean, our defense just gave up 33 points, so that wasn't gonna move at all.
That's
Um,
crazy. Gerald, coming into the season, man, everybody's talking about how the Giant defense has got better
yep.
and all that stuff. And look, man, defense letting us down.
Crazy part is the two dudes that Joe Shane signed in the offseason, both of them are the ones who got hurt
Yeah.
last game. That's crazy. Javon Holland, I couldn't think of his name earlier, but yeah, Javon Holland got hurt, number 8, our free safety, and Poston Debo, our cornerback. Those were our two new additions. And I actually thought they were good signings. I didn't think they were bad at all, but it just so happened them two dudes are the ones who got hurt, and then our backups, the ones who replaced them, got killed.
Mm.
When it comes to the Eagles, they just beat Minnesota after our loss, after the loss we gave them. Um, yeah, they just beat Minnesota, who's a good team, but their starting quarterback isn't playing. Their offense, like I think the Eagles have a 5-2 record, but I just think they're well coached and they know how to win compared to like our team. Even though we beat them, they're 5-2 for a reason, and it's a reason why we're the opposite.
Right.
Because look at their stats. Like their offense and defense isn't write home about
Mhm.
either. But the record shows, like, the record is what you are. And even though we lost to them, it was a short week. I don't want to make no excuses for them. They had to play, but they're a better football team than us, even though we beat them.
Yeah.
Right. And this is a short turnaround. It was just 2 weeks ago we played them.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't usually do that. So let me we could just look at the schedule real quick before we get out of here. I know you guys. Oh, this show about to be on. Hold
No, I'm good tomorrow.
on. Okay, real quick. We played. Here we go. The Eagles, and then the 49ers, and then the Bears. We can win, but they've actually been playing very well the past couple weeks. The Packers playoff team, Lions playoff team, the Patriots, they playing like they're going to be a playoff team. The Commanders, we already know about them, and then Minnesota, and then it's the Raiders and the Cowboys to end the season. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we got 10 games left because we seven. We've had seven already. So out of those 10 games, uh, 8 of them might be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's the hard. Is they already clocked it? It's the hardest schedule left in the season. We already had the hardest schedule. In the beginning of the season, and what's left, we still have the hardest schedule. So yeah. So I don't know if y'all go. Want to come on here next? We could talk about the Giants.
I don't like you could chances of us beating Philly again is like
Very slim. They mad. They mad over there.
slim to none.
Oh,
Yeah.
they definitely pissed. And it's going to be in Philly too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be tough. I think we could still beat Philly though. I don't think Philly all that as a football team. I just think they're a good team, but they haven't been playing like themselves at all. Like compared to last year, the last year's Eagles team would have beat the hell out of us in the game a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Like we played well, and they really did not play well at all. Like I watched that game back, it was not like it was them. It was a lot of us too, but a lot of them was on them. Like they did not play well.
Mm.
Any concern that Dable may have lost the locker room, or in your experience, unlike basketball, it's less likely to happen in football?
No, it's actually I think it's more likely to happen in football because when it comes to like being, the toll that you put on your body, like once a team like know they're gonna lose or feel they're gonna lose every week, you can lose that locker room fast as hell. Them dudes ain't hitting nobody for like no reason. That's why you could tell when coaches lose the locker room just by how defenses tackle
Mhm.
or how linemen block. So to answer your question, is like the way that they've been playing, that you could have asked, I could have said that last year.
Yeah.
So I don't think he lost the locker room though, just because of the type of vets that we have on this team. But if those vets was not on this team, I think he would have got fired already. I think, this team plays too well to say he lost the locker room. I definitely would not say that.
No, I don't think he has up to this point. I mean, any concern after this last loss um, for the
In the
next game?
defensive coordinator, I think the defensive coordinator, they don't have no faith in him. Shane Bowen. I could tell I think they had they showed like some clips of how they interact with him on the sideline.
Mhm.
I don't think they respect him at all.
Mm.
So when your defense don't respect the defensive coordinator,
It's not good.
definitely not good. And I'm going to look at how our defense responds.
Hmm.
Because if it's the same,
Mhm.
I know Brian Dable ain't do shit. That's how you know when stuff remains the same because it's not talent. Like it's not the lacking of talent. It's maybe in the back end when it comes to our corners and safeties.
Mhm.
We still have way too much talent to be like in the bottom of the league in yards against.
Mhm.
That doesn't. Somebody should be fired, but I kind of think instead of a scapegoat, I think Brian Dable is not letting him go because he's using him as a shield.
Mm.
Like it's not just like a scapegoat situation. Because if they get rid of him, then who you gonna turn the fire on?
Right,
Who,
right.
who you gonna blame?
Right. Who you gonna blame? Like they already tried to say that Kafka is the one calling plays. So guess who you gonna shit on if the offense is bad?
Hmm.
Mike Kafka, not him. I think
Mhm.
it's the same thing with the defense. I think Brian Dable was just wanting to hold on, fighting for his job, and I don't know if you pay attention that all the coaches like you can tell when stuff is happening. I mean, when stuff is going to change. Like I think he's on his way out. Like you can see it. Like some of the stuff that he do. I've never seen a coach go into the blue tent
Mm. He was thirsty.
thirsty, hungry, fiending for it. I need Dart at back out there now. He is a rookie
Right.
and a rookie quarterback that wasn't even picked in the top 5, like the bottom of the first round. Jackson Dart is no generational talent. Don't get me wrong; he's really impressed me in the way that he's playing. I actually
Mhm.
think we found our franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
I just think the coach and the GM they got to go before we ruin them. But I do like Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
See how many years left he's had on his contract? I don't know. It's the 4th year, so I think it was a 5-year contract. So both of them, I believe, on. I'm not saying that they're married to each other. Like if Brian Dable go, Joe Shane has to go.
Mhm.
But if Joe Shane going, Brian Dable definitely has to go.
Right.
But yeah, I think both of their contracts is up after either this year or next year. And so I don't think they're going to last throughout their contract, if that makes sense.
Mm.
No way. So any last words, Steph? You say you about to go on now?
Yeah, I'm about to go on with Anthony D. We're doing a weekly show.
Okay.
Um, what's the name of it? Court.
Dope Soul Tuesday.
You're right. No. Court conversations, and we
Okay.
just laid back. We talk a lot anyway on the phone. So basically, it's those same conversations. We're gonna do it in a podcast. So some of it may be Nick related. It'll be basketball related. It may not always be Nick related. It may not always be about what's going on currently. You know, um, I know the other day he had me on the phone talking about the article on Julius Randle. I'm like, so I'm like, all right, we can't cover this now. Maybe like, in the off season or something, we might want to talk about it. But just kind of laid back, talking about different topics. Obviously, we're going to talk about the roster and front office stuff today, and Mitchell Robinson news
Mm.
that just dropped. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And Ajay and I may have something cooking up. He didn't tell me definitely if he wanted to do it, so he gotta.
Queen. No, I did say definitely yes.
Oh, he did. All right. So
Let's
we'll
go,
be doing.
AJ. Let's go.
I guess we'll start next week. We'll be doing a weekly preview show and just basically previewing the opponents um, for the Knicks coming up that week, and just kind of getting into um, you know the stats around the team and the storylines. I was gonna do it in a video, but I don't know,
Mhm.
Jarrell. It's just easier to go live.
Yep.
It's just easier to go live.
Yep. I try to
So
tell you, go live. You could get to interact with the chat and stuff. You could
yeah,
feed off them anywhere.
yeah, yeah.
Hold
Because
on,
I've been
dude.
working on this video for like 3 days.
Delusional said, "You mean marijuana, Randall?
Right.
You said you was working on the video for 3 days."
For almost all day,
Yep.
getting the slides together
Yep.
and all the information for the slides. Then
Yep.
what I'm gonna say,
Yep.
and
And
then
then
I'm
you.
still like this short. And then I was like, you know what?
Yep.
It's just better to go live.
And then you mess up, and then instead of editing, you just gonna do the whole thing over.
Because I said to myself, minimal editing. That's what you say.
Yep.
But then
Yep.
for whatever reason, when you press record,
Yep.
I don't like
And,
that. I don't like
and then when you live, if you mispronounce the word, you don't care.
you don't
Like
care.
it's just regular conversation.
Right,
You keep
exactly.
keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dope Soul Monday 9 o'clock now, right? That's like every week, right?
That's when. So Ajay and I would. So it'll be two shows on Monday. Ajay and I are going at 7:30 for the Knicks preview show. I don't have a name for it. Well, Stats and Storylines is going to be the name of the show.
Okay.
Where we preview that week's opponent, and then Anthony D and I will be going on at 9 with court conversations.
Okay.
Starting next week.
And just nicking it regular. Now, see, I just want to make sure because the season is starting. If anybody's going to watch this, Steph is going to be on 7:30 and 9 o'clock on Mondays, and Thursdays at 9 o'clock here on Tuesday. So you got hold on. So you got court conversations, and what was the second one?
The Ajay Stats and Storylines.
That's a storyline. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and don't forget, Jeff and I were lunchtime live, the game recap.
Not lunchtime live. Wait, so hold on. Courtroom.
That's after the lunchtime after every Knicks game. So we'll be this Thursday will be our first one.
Steph, the hardest working person in Knicks.
Usually, last year was an off year, but my energy is back. I think I can.
Okay.
Queen gonna need load management.
You gonna be Mitch, man. You better chill out, man.
Nah. She be all right. All them cruises, all them trips, down south, all them vacations.
Listen,
she take a trip now. She take a trip.
If I'm starting to get burnt out, I might have to take a weekend.
Hey, man.
Have to take a 4-day weekend.
And you know what? You got so many people on the panel now. Like we'll still do the show without you.
Okay, all right. I hope so.
Yeah, man. Like you can take a vacation. Like you Jamaican, you got mad jobs. So salute to everybody for coming, man. Wonder Woman, Dwayne, y'all always here. Delusional, Kareem, y'all my guys. Ajay, Steph, thank y'all for joining me. See y'all next week, man.
Yeah. Me and Anthony going on in about 5 minutes.
So, yeah, go to Dope Soul. Go to Dope Soul. Peace.
Right. Appreciate y'all.